Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Cadet Student Network's broadcast of CBC football. We're coming to you live from the Tim Kylo broadcast booth on the road here at Vianney High School. It's the CBC Cadets and the Vianney Golden Griffins, 6 p.m. kickoff between these two MCC rivals. For Vianney, they come in with a record of 2-4. They're in the midst of a 4-game losing streak. They won their first 2 games over Webster Groves and Union and have lost to Francis Howell Central, Chaminade, DeSmet, and St. Louis U High. Last week against St. Louis U High, Vianney scored in the fourth quarter and went for 2 and the win. And it failed, and they lost 21-20. At St. Louis U High. Chaminade was a close one as well. They dropped that game to the Red Devils back on September 20th, 41-35. Vianney does have a robust offense. You're going to be able to see a little bit of that today behind quarterback Sam Dean, who has completed 59.6% of his passes. He's thrown for 1,600 yards, 17 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions. You see him out on the field right there. He is a captain, wears number 4, Sam Dean, the quarterback for Vianney. They have 2 very good wide receivers as well. Sam Smith, averaging 15.8 per catch, 6 touchdowns, 458 yards. And Cole Adair, averaging over 21 yards a catch, 7 touchdowns, 524 yards this season. For CBC, they come in on a 4-game winning streak after losing at home to Bryant, Arkansas back on September 6th. They've rattled off victories against Chaminade, DeSmet, St. Louis U High, and Lipscomb, Tennessee last week. 37-23 was the final in that one. Nick McClellan last week, 9 for 15. Passing with a touchdown, 9 rushes for 131 yards and 2 touchdowns. McClellan had 193 yards passing to go with those 131 yards rushing. Another dynamic week for Nick McClellan. His touchdown runs were of 39 and 15 yards, and he threw a 62-yard touchdown pass to Corey Sims. Sims had 4 catches, 115 yards in that game last week. And how about Courtney Rivers, 6 carries, just 6 carries for 116 yards and 2 touchdowns. He had a 50-yarder and a 62-yarder. The Cadet defense had 5 sacks. And so the Cadet defense against this Vianney offense, the Golden Griffins averaging 30 points per game on offense, allowing 37. The Cadets averaging 38.3 on offense, allowing 14.3. So this Cadet offense going up against a Vianney defense that has not been great this year in terms of points allowed, averaging 37. There's a short kick, and it is fielded at the 11-yard line, and we are underway. Vianney going left to right. That's number 3, Kyle Hogan, one of the tailbacks for Vianney and a captain for the Golden Griffins. And he'll return it. And so Vianney going left to right in the all-black uniforms with the gold numbering and trim. CBC in their all-whites with the white helmet. CBC on the side of the helmets, purple and gold trim. So Sam Dean leads the offense onto the field, the starting quarterback for Vianney, the junior. As mentioned, he's thrown for 1,608 yards this year. And his 2 receivers have been phenomenal. He's going to hand this one up the middle, nothing there. Stuffed right away by the Cadets. Tristan Abram in there, as well as number 8, Zackees Smith. Kyle Hogan was the ball carrier. My name's Randy Molman. Coach Chris Maris is on assignment this week. So Coach will be back when we're back on the air. Dean and the Cadets jump. So that'll be a false start on CBC, or offsides on the Cadets, I should say. So it'll be 2nd and 5 at the 31-yard line. Vianney played Chaminade close, lost 41-35. Played St. Louis U high close, had a chance to win, went for a 2-point conversion instead of the extra point to tie. And that failed, and the Junior Billikens snuck away with a victory. There's a pass in the flat, caught far side, caught by number 84. That is Sam Smith, tackle there by A.J. Matthews. Short gain, it'll be 3rd and 2 for the Golden Griffins. Last week, Zakeith Smith led. He had 8 solo tackles and 3 assists on defense. Cortland Collins and Vion Cothran each had 5 solo tackles for a Cadet defense that played a great game against Lipscomb. Up the middle, 1 yard, close to the first down. That's number 3, Kyle Hogan. He may have fallen forward at the sticks. We'll see if they give it, and they do. First down for Vianney at the 36-yard line. Our thanks to Vianney Athletic Director Mike Potsu, who gave us space in the press box here tonight to call the game here on the Cadet Network. We thank you very much for allowing us to be here and bring you the game and bring you the broadcast here tonight on the Cadet Student Network. Fake and fired off to Sam Smith's shoulder pad and incomplete, covered on the play by A.J. Matthews. A little quick slant over the middle, and it'll be 2nd and 10 for the Golden Griffins. Abram, Brody Ruffino, and Jordan Watson up front for CBC on defense. Vianney taking their sweet time, 10:04 to go, first quarter, no score. This is their first drive. Trips to the right, empty backfield for Dean. Takes the shotgun snap. Short drop, now rolls right, looking down the field, fires in the flat. It's caught across the 40 to the 43 by Robert Etherton, the tailback for Vianney, and he gets a first down, or close to it. It'll be 3rd and 2. Ball spotted at the 44. So a pickup of 8 yards for the Golden Griffins, and they have it 3rd down and 2. Dean out of the gun, trips to the left. Tailback tight on his right side. That's Kevin Hogan. Check it, Kyle Hogan. One wide receiver split near side. Fake to Hogan. Here comes, he's going to take off himself. He'll have a first down. He's tackled there by Jordan Watson. He got Watson up in the air on the pump fake, and then he tucked it and ran up the middle right past him. Watson grabbed his jersey and dragged him to the turf, but not before Vianney gets a first down, and they're in CBC territory at the Cadet 48. And Vianney is going to do what most teams like to do against this high-powered Cadet offense, and that is try to keep that offense off the field. Run that play clock down below 10 and run time off the clock when you're on offense. That only works if you're getting first downs, and Vianney has gotten 2 so far. There's a pass in the flat. It's bobbled. It'll be a loss. It was complete to Maximus Jones. Check it. That's Noah Williams, number 6. And on the stop, A.J. Matthews. And that's a loss of a considerable amount of yards. 10 to be exact, all the way back to the 43. Correction, loss of 9 yards, so it'll be 2nd and 19. So the pass to Williams as he was coming to the middle of the field kind of deflected off his shoulder pads up in the air, and he had to juggle it to make the catch. And that contributed to the loss. Dean, deep drop, fires deep down the left side, and he's covered very well over there by Vion Cothran, but we're going to get a penalty flag, and they're going to call pass interference against Cothran. A lot of hand fighting over on the far side between Cothran and Noah Williams. And here's the replay. You'll see Cothran kind of impedes progress to the football. That's what they're going to call. There's an official right there. So it won't be an automatic first down. So it'll be 2nd and 5. 15-yard penalty. In the backfield with Dean is Kyle Hogan. Pistol formation. 2 wide receivers split near side. Cadets 3-man front. Both outside linebackers showing blitz. They sit. Here's Hogan trying to get to the outside. He can't. Matthews is there. Cothran is there. And they bump Hogan out of bounds. No gain on the play. So they're going to mark it as a 1-yard loss back to the 44-yard line. 8:32 to go, first quarter. First drive of the game for the Golden Griffins. CBC has yet to have the football. 3rd and 6. Dean sets up, looks, fires. And it's almost picked off. It's batted away by number 17, Jameer Sims. Ball was intended for Maximus Jones, and it'll be 4th down and 6, and Vianney is keeping the offense on the field. So another quick slant to Jones, right on the right hash. But Jameer Sims read it well and batted it away. Trips bunch to the right side for Vianney. Split wide left is number 6, Noah Williams. Hogan in the backfield. Dean, deep drop, sets up. Nobody open. He's going to roll right. Abram chasing him. Dean has time now. Fires over the middle. It's picked off by the Cadets. And here comes CBC the other way. That's number 8 for the Cadets to the house. Zaccheaus Smith. Pick 6 for CBC. He picked it off right at about the 30-yard line. Dean created time, as you can see here, rolling to his right. And then he tried to throw across his body, and that's usually a mistake. Zaccheaus Smith stepped in front and took it to the house for CBC. On to attempt the extra point is Gage Shantz. So the Cadets are up 6-0, and they haven't touched the football on offense yet. Snap back. Ooh, good hold. Kick is up, and it is good. The ball was low, and Jaden Reed did a great job of snagging that errant snap and setting it up for Shantz. 7-0 CBC, first quarter action, 8:08 to go, and Vianney will get the ball right back. Cadet fans, are you protected? Call State Farm agent and CBC alum Tim Kylo for all of your insurance needs. Tim is more than just the best insurance guy in town. He's also the presenting sponsor of CSN, and we're incredibly grateful for his support. Call Tim, 314-842-4442, or shoot him an email, tim@timkylo.com. So Vianney has had the football for the entirety of this first quarter, and they will get the ball back after the pick 6 for the Cadet defense. CBC leads 7-0. Kicking off, it'll be Corday Gage. Actually, it'll be number 91, Javion Griesemer. Griesemer will do the kicking for CBC. Vianney had a nice little drive put together at one point there with Sam Dean rolling out and no receivers clearly open. It was 4th and 6, so he was taking a shot. But when you throw across your body like that, back to the middle of the field, especially with a defense as fast as CBC's, especially in the defensive backfield, you're just asking for trouble. End-over-end kick will soar into the end zone, and it'll be 1st and 10 for Vianney after the touchback. So the Golden Griffins will go back out on offense. CBC leads 7-0. They've yet to take an offensive snap here in this first quarter with 8:08 to go in the first. Vianney was hitting CBC with a couple of short passes, attempted a couple of bubble screens, some slants, quick slants. And when they tried to go downfield, they did induce a penalty on a deep throw down the left sideline, a pass interference call. But then when they tried to go about 15 yards up the field, throwing across his body, that's when Zakeith Smith stepped up and made a play for CBC. 2 running backs in the backfield with Dean. He'll hand it to Etherton on the counter, and he picked up some nice yards. Robert Etherton, the sophomore tailback. Etherton this year has rushed for 379 yards, 5 touchdowns, averaging 4.9 per carry. 2nd and 5 at the 25 for Vianney. 2 wide receivers split out at the top of your screen. Again, it's Etherton. He's hit middle of that defense. No gain on the play. In on the stop. Number 27 for CBC, J.P. Metzler, among a host of other white jerseys. So it'll be 3rd and 5 now for Vianney. The tight end, or the wide receiver, I should say, Sam Smith, split out far left. Trips on that side. Dean looking that way, fires, intercepted again. No, he dropped it. A big hit after the catch. A.J. Matthews had it in his hands, but he was drilled by Noah Williams. He was looking for Williams, but he had Smith running down the seam open. There's a flag on the play. We'll see what this penalty is for. Williams may have saved another pick 6 by hitting A.J. Matthews just as he was making that catch for the Cadet defense. See what the penalty's for. It's going to go against the Cadets. Looked like he was motioning it head-to-head contact.
Penalty is on Vianney.
Or it's on Vianney, not CBC. So I think it was on Noah Williams, who led with his head as A.J. Matthews was gathering that pass in. So that's what the penalty is for. The official was motioning towards CBC on both of the penalty calls, but it was actually against Vianney. So Dean now on 3rd and long takes the snap, steps up deep, and he's going to throw it away. In the neighborhood was number 8, Anthony Cullen, but that pass was well short. So it'll be 4th down, and Vianney will send out the punting unit. So with 6:47 to go in the first, CBC will finally get the football on offense. Jaden Reed will stand at about midfield. Back deep for Vianney. Doing the punting is number 22, Robert Thomas. Thomas stands in his own end zone. Jaden Reed at midfield for the Cadets. CBC should have very good field position here. There's the punt. Reed catches it at his own 48. Jukes up the middle. Ball is loose. Looks like CBC fell on it. Luckily they did. Number 35, Clayton Smith, fell on the loose ball as Jaden Reed fumbled. Thomas this year got a good punt off. He's averaging 42 yards a punt this year. So luckily the Cadets recover the fumble by Reed, and they'll take over on offense. And here comes Nick McClellan. Players to watch for Vianney on defense. Keep an eye on number 20, Jacob Smith, leads the team in tackles. And tied for the team lead in tackles for loss and the team leader in sacks, one of their captains, Tyler Gamlin. Keep an eye on him. Here's Jackson Cole out of the backfield on a little tight end swing route, and he's tackled by Noah Williams. Pick up a 5. It'll be 2nd and 5 at the 41.
Gain of 5 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 5.
McClellan last week threw for 193 yards, rushed for 131, 3 total touchdowns. Sims fakes to Morris, fires over the middle. There's Cole again, and he's going to run over a defensive back inside the 25 to the 21. Number 13, Kaysen Nadolny, went to make a tackle and sort of tripped him up, didn't really lean into it. But when you've got big Jackson Cole headed in your direction with a big size advantage, you get out of the way. There's an incomplete pass in the end zone looking for Reed. Ball was deflected by the corner out there. Looked like Jackson Griffey. Griffey got his hand on it right at the last second as they were looking for Reed for 6. Vianney jumps. That's number 50 for Vianney, who jumped early, Grant Monheiser. He and Tyler Gamlin are the 2 captains on defense for Vianney. Gamlin lined up at that left defensive end spot. Tyler this year has a fumble recovery for touchdown this season for the Golden Griffins. Here's McClellan. He's going to fire again, right side. And a touchdown. Corey Sims over Griffey. And CBC on the board again. Corey Sims for 6. Let's take a look at it. Over Griffey. Look at this. Snagging it at the high point. And CBC now leads 13-0. Shantz on to attempt the extra point. Snap back. Ball is down. Kick is up. It is good. CBC leads 14-0 with 5:32 to go here in the first quarter. Cadets have had 1 offensive drive. They had a pick 6 on Vianney's first drive. That was number 8, Zaquise Smith, who took it 67 yards for a touchdown on an interception. And now CBC just drove down the field. A 47-yard drive, culminating in a pass from Nick McClellan to Corey Sims in the right corner of the end zone. Folks, a reminder, you can watch it right here on the Cadet Student Network. Champions League soccer action semifinal next Wednesday, 7 o'clock at Liberty High School out in Wentzville. The Cadets will take on St. Dominic. So be sure to tune in. If you can't make it, tune into the Cadet Student Network for that broadcast. Javion Griesemer will kick off for CBC. Back deep for Vianney is number 3, Kyle Hogan, and number 6, Noah Williams. That kick sails into the end zone. So Vianney will start 1st and 10. This is their 3rd offensive possession. They trail 14-0. 5:32 to go, first quarter. What a beautiful night for football here in St. Louis. High today in October, 85 degrees. But it is starting to cool off and a nice breeze. Sam Dean out of the gun. 2 wide receivers split on the right side of the formation. He'll hand it. And that was Etherton, I believe, picked up a couple.
Hogan, the ball carrier.
Nope, Kyle Hogan, the ball carrier, in on the stop for the Cadets. Was number 55, Brady Ruffino. 2nd and 8 for the Griffins at their own 22. Dean. 2 wide receivers split on either side. No tight end, running back tight. Kyle Hogan on his right side now moves to the left hip. Claps for the football. Deep drop. Here comes the blitz. He avoids the first man. Dumps it off. It's caught across the 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. And out of bounds there is Colin Gain, the tight end, coming across the formation. A nice find by Sam Dean as he avoided the blitz. Coming off the edge was Arthur Porter. He avoided that pass rusher and then was able to dump it off to Gain, who picked up big yardage across midfield into CBC territory. Second time in their 3 possessions they have crossed midfield. Dean hands it off. This is Hogan picking his way, but nothing there. Right there sealing the edge for CBC was Nick Musig. And then helping him was J.P. Metzler. So it'll be 2nd and 8. Hogan was kind of feeling his way into one of the gaps between the left tackle and left guard. And then he wanted to bounce it outside, but Musig was there. He sealed the edge. And that allowed Metzler to come in and help make the stop. 2nd and 8. Dean looks, fires. It's off the hands. What a great pass. Off the hands of Sam Smith. Over one CBC defender, and he dropped it right into Smith. I don't think Smith expected it to get there. Look at this pass. I mean, right in the zone between the underneath coverage and the over-the-top coverage. Really nice-looking pass there by Sam Dean. And again, I think Smith was surprised the ball got to him. So it'll be 3rd down and 8 now for the Golden Griffins at the CBC 47. Dean, 1-step drop, now fires over the middle. It's caught. 1st down. Noah Williams with the catch. These little short dig routes, these little slants, have been pretty effective here for Vianney as long as they give Dean enough time for him to deliver. And he's got a good group of receivers with Noah Williams, Sam Smith, Cole Adair. We haven't seen Adair. I don't know if he's dressed tonight. But Noah Williams stepping up. He's got a couple of catches so far. 1st and 10, Vianney on the 36-yard line. 2 wide receivers, or 2 running backs, I should say, in the game in the backfield. And there's going to be a timeout. Little confusion in that offensive backfield, and so Vianney wants to call timeout. Head coach Xavier Blackwell. They want to talk it over. And look, you could tell there's a little bit of disjointed confusion there in the backfield in terms of who was supposed to go in motion, where they were supposed to be lined up. So they'll play it safe, call that timeout, so they're not penalized. Once again, we want to thank Vianney Athletic Director Mike Potsu, who gave us a spot here in the press box tonight here at Vianney. We really appreciate the fact that we're able to broadcast this game on the Cadet Student Network. And Mike Potsu, the athletic director at Vianney, made it happen, so we appreciate it. Thank you. We want to say thanks to the folks at Mercy Sports Medicine for continuing to take care of our student athletes. Mercy is ranked as a top-tier Catholic health system nationally and offers the highest quality health care for students and families. To learn more, visit mercy.net. After the timeout, 1st and 10, Vianney, driving here on CBC with 3:33 to go. We're still in the first quarter. Been a slow-moving quarter. Trips to the left. Dean pump fakes, fires. It's broken up. Good defensive play over there by Cothran. Intended for Sam Smith. So it'll be 2nd and 10 at the 36. And it's funny that this quarter has dragged on so long, especially since Vianney has moved at a snail's pace in terms of getting the ball snapped. They are not running their offense with tempo in this one. They're just trying to keep CBC's offense off the field. So far, so good. The Cadets have only had 1 offensive possession. Dean smartly throws that away. Everybody covered. And it'll be 3rd and 10. CBC pressure was coming. Good coverage downfield, so Dean just threw it into the turf. So 3rd and 10 now at the 36 for Vianney. Trips to the right. 2 backs in the backfield. Now split out far left is Liam Peters. Dean. Deep drop, fires down the seam, and the receiver wasn't looking. He had him open. If he had led him to the sideline, that was Anthony Cullen. I'm not sure if Cullen was running the right route or if Sam Dean just missed him. Cullen was streaking left to right. He had lined up in the bunch formation on the right side, and then he cut towards the pylon, and Dean threw it down the hash on the right side. So it'll be 4th and 10 at the 36. Vianney will go for it. 2 wide receivers split on either side. Now in motion, that is Cullen. He'll line up in the slot. Dean sets up, fires down the middle. It's off the hands of Cullen. Right over J.P. Metzler. Dean put it right where it had to be. Cullen threw his hands up a little bit late. I have to say, folks, I am impressed. Here's the throw. Watch this throw by Sam Dean. Fires it right down the seam. I mean, again, right over the underneath coverage, right underneath the over-the-top coverage, and he put it right exactly where it needed to go. And Cullen kind of threw his hands up a little late. Off his hands, incomplete. I got to tell you, Sam Dean has thrown some impressive balls here in this game, and Vianney has nothing to show for it. 14-0. McClellan hands it to Rivers. Bounces outside. Now around Graffet, down the sideline. 40, 35, 30, 20, 10. Touchdown, CBC. Another long touchdown run for Courtney Rivers. He had 2 of them last week, and the Cadets will kick the extra point. 64 yards. Here's the run as he beat Graffet. No one was going to catch him. Courtney Rivers last week had a 50-yard touchdown run and a 62-yard touchdown run. And this week he goes for 64. Snap back, ball down. Kick is up, and it is good. CBC 21, Vianney nothing. 2:59 to go. First quarter. The Cadets have had 2 offensive series. On one of the offensive series, it was a one-place drive, which we just saw, the Courtney Rivers 64-yard touchdown run. The other offensive series, they marched 47 yards in for the score on a pass to Corey Sims, and the other touchdown was on a pick 6. So the Cadets, 2 offensive series, 3 touchdowns. So CBC will end up kicking off to the Golden Griffins, leading 21-0, and we are not out of the first quarter. How about Courtney Rivers? 50-yard touchdown last week, 62-yard touchdown last week, and now a 64-yard score here tonight. I'll tell you what, this CBC running back room is impressive. Courtney Rivers averaging 8.3 a carry coming in. A.J. Morris averaging 7.4. Vic Williams averaging 11.3. And A.J. Johnson averaging 4.7. This kick sails into the end zone again. That's Javion Griesemer. And so Vianney will start at the 20 once again, 1st and 10. $2:59 to go. First quarter, Cadets 21, Vianney nothing. And the Golden Griffins have the football. And here's the thing, folks. You know, if you're tuning in right now and you're looking at the score, you're saying, oh, wow, CBC's dominating. On the scoreboard for sure, but Vianney has put together 2 of their 3 drives into CBC territory. And they turned it over on downs on one possession and threw an interception on the other one. But the Golden Griffins have moved the ball fairly well against this CBC defense. Here's Hogan up the middle. He picks up 1.
Point on the plate. It'll be 2nd 9 from the 21.
And on the stop for CBC, looked like number 48, Cortland Collins, one of the team's leading tacklers last week. Collins is the second leading tackler coming into tonight for CBC. He is a force at that middle linebacker spot. Inside linebacker. Dean, low snap, fires. It's intercepted. Intercepted again. And we're going to get a number over there. I think, again, it was Zakeith Smith. Or was it Vianney Cothran?
Being pass intercepted. CBC will take over at the 20.
Hard to tell whether that was a 6 or an 8. I think it was Cothran who stepped in front of the receiver and made that catch. What a great interception. So Cothran with the pick, stepped in front of the route, made the catch. And so CBC will now bring in Franklin McGinty at quarterback already here in this first quarter. McGinty into the game, A.J. Johnson behind him in the pistol. They give it to Johnson. He's going to pound it up the middle, and he'll pick up a couple. In on the stop, number 55, Max Walsh.
A.J. Johnson, the ball carrier.
And getting up off the pile also was number 23, Landon Lineberry. 2nd and 6 for the Cadets. Shotgun snap. Fires in the flat. Batted away by number 2, Nick Miller. Great play on Jackson Cole. Miller reached in with the right hand and batted it to the turf. It'll be 3rd and 6. McGinty threw a nice ball there to Jackson Cole running the out route. Trips to the left, and Vianney jumps. That might be another false start. Or check that in. Offsides called on Vianney, so it'll be 3rd and 1 after the penalty. They'll mark it at the 26. That's interesting. So that'll be 3rd and 2. Jaden Reed, lone receiver, split out far left. Number 82 for CBC, Corday Gage, lines up tight behind the tight end. Johnson picks his way up the middle. He'll get a first down. Tackle there by number 20, Jacob Smith. Smith is Vianney's leading tackler. First down, Cadets. Ball spotted at the 12. Williams and Johnson in the backfield. McGinty fires in the flat. That's Cole inside the 10. Tackled over there by number 9 for Vianney, Colin Gain. Pickup of close to 5. So 2nd and 5 now for CBC with 1:06 to go, first quarter. McGinty takes the snap, hands it to Johnson off the delay. Johnson pounds up the middle towards the end zone, and he's tackled at the 1. A.J. Johnson pounding his way inside the 2, which gives CBC a first down. 1st and goal at the 1. See if Johnson finishes off this drive. Nope, McGinty gives it to Johnson. No, he does not get in. Jumping in, number 55, Max Walsh. So it'll be 2nd and goal. At the 1, McGinty. Also has Vic Williams in the backfield. He gives it to Williams, streaking right side, and he sweeps in for 6. Touchdown for CBC, Vic Williams. And for Williams this year, his 4th rushing touchdown of the season. On to attempt the extra point for the Cadets is Gage Shantz. So Nick McClellan threw a couple of passes, didn't even get to run. McGinty came into the game already here in this first quarter to relieve McClellan. Extra point is good. CBC leads 28-0 here in the first with 17.5 seconds left. Vianney will get another chance on offense. So 2 out of Vianney's 4 drives were into CBC territory before they threw the pick 6 and turned it over on downs. So the Cadets will kick off, leading 28-0. Coming out to do the kicking for the Cadets is Javion Griesemer. He's kicked it off 4 times, 3 of them into the end zone. His opening kickoff was returned as it landed right at the 10-yard line. Got a little bit under it. But his 3 other kicks have been booted into the end zone. Griesemer's ready. Hogan deep. And he drills it again, and this one again will sail into the end zone. Vianney will start 1st and 10 at the 20. Golden Griffins going left to right, first quarter, 17.5 seconds left in the quarter, and the Cadets have opened up a 28-0 lead. So Keith Smith with a 67-yard interception return for a touchdown. Nick McClellan threw a TD to Corey Sims. And then Courtney Rivers with a 64-yard touchdown run. And the Cadets just scored on a 1-yard run by Vic Williams. So Dean out of the gun, 2 wide receivers split to the left. There's a handoff up the middle. That's Hogan. He's fighting for yards. He drags tacklers for 8. Hogan stuck his nose in there and just drove his legs for 8 yards. And that'll end the first quarter.
That is the end of the first quarter with the score of CBC 28, Vianney 0.
28-0 after 1. Our thanks to the team at Athletic Republic Performance Sports Training for their support of the Cadet Student Network. If your son or daughter is interested in elite training, call CBC alum Charlie McDaniel and the team at Athletic Republic to schedule a free session. Call 314-432-6103 to reserve your free session today. A reminder, on Wednesday of next week, it's Champions League soccer action. The CBC Cadets in the semifinals. They'll take on St. Dominic at 7 p.m. at Liberty High School out in Wentzville. And you can watch all the action right here on the Cadet Student Network. So they'll switch sides. Vianney will have it. 2nd and 2 at their own 28. Cadet defense comes back onto the field. I mean, I know Vianney's without one of their weapons. Cole Adair is not in uniform tonight. But Vianney has a pretty good group of receivers, and that quarterback, Sam Dean, as you've watched tonight, he's got a good arm, he's got some mobility, and he's thrown some really nice balls here in this first quarter. And unfortunately, some of his receivers have had the drops. Wide receiver screen far side. Sam Smith makes the catch. He'll be close to a first down. We'll see if they give it to him. They do. 1st and 10 at the 30, 2-yard gain. Trips to the left for the Golden Griffins. Dean tried to get a Cadet to jump, and I think he did. Tristan Abram jumped early. That should be offsides on CBC. It is. So it'll be 1st and 5 at the 35 for Vianney. Dean from the gun, trips to the left, tailback on his hip, and that's going to be a pick six. Stepping in front of the pass, he read it the entire way. A.J. Matthews steps in front of the quick pass to the left side of the formation. He read it the entire way. Jumped in front of that pass and took it to the house. CBC will attempt the extra point. There's a penalty flag after the play. I'm assuming it's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct and a little excessive celebration for the Cadets. One of the CBC defenders did a backflip over by that far hash after the play was over.
Unsportsmanlike conduct against CBC.
So that will be effective on the kickoff, I assume. A little excessive celebration for the Cadets. Chance on to attempt the extra point. Trying to make this a 35-0 game. Second quarter early. In fact, the second quarter just got underway. Cadets don't have enough personnel on the field for this extra point. Now they do. Snap back, ball is down, kick is up, and it is good. CBC 35, Vianney nothing. With 11:19 to go in the second. And here's that pick six. Watch A.J. Matthews. I don't know that we have it. But A.J. Matthews read that from the beginning. He saw that play unfold and literally ran right in front of the defender and just waltzed in for a touchdown. So Griesemer will kick it off with 11:19 to go, second quarter. 35-0 Cadets. Kyle Hogan will go deep for the Golden Griffins. I imagine they're going to mark this off now. Yep, the unsportsmanlike penalty will get marched off here on the kickoff. So the ball will go all the way back to the 25-yard line, a 15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct. So Griesemer will kick from the 25. So Vianney will get a return here. Back deep is number 3, Kyle Hogan, and number 8, Anthony Cullen. This year, Hogan averaging 16 yards a return. Cullen has 1 return for 28 yards. Cole Adair, who is not dressed tonight, usually is back deep. There's a line drive kick, and it'll bounce out of bounds. So penalty flag there.
That'll be a legal procedure on CBC.
So let's see. The Cadets will come out on defense. Vianney will have the ball in a pretty good field position here to start this drive for the Golden Griffins. Looking to put a drive together. They put 2 drives together inside CBC territory, one of which was a turnover on downs on a drop pass. And the other one was an interception that got returned for a touchdown. CBC has 2 defensive touchdowns, 3 interceptions so far. So the ball will be spotted at the 35-yard line after the penalty. Or, no, Vianney wants them to kick it again. So Vianney accepted the penalty, and they will make CBC kick it again, this time from the 20-yard line, because the Griffins would love to get a return out of this. Smart move by Coach Blackwell. Griesmer tees it up at the 20. Cullen and Hogan deep for Vianney. There's the kick, and it lands at about the 23-yard line. Here comes Cullen crossing the field, gets to about the 42 before being run out of bounds. Over on the far side by number 5, Santino Hendricks. 1st and 10 at the 43 for the Golden Griffins. Good field position here to start for Vianney. Shout out to Coach Chris Maris, who is on assignment this weekend. I think that's what you're supposed to say when someone isn't joining you on the broadcast. That's the standard announcement you're supposed to make. They are on assignment. 2-yard pickup up the middle for Hogan. 2nd and 8 for Vianney.
Gain of 2 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Dean out of the gun, takes the snap, deep drop. Here comes pressure. He avoids the first man. Now he tucks it and he's going to run. Coming near side, cross the 45 to the 46. Run out of bounds by number 17, Jameer Sims. Watson and Abram had him hemmed in, but he avoided both defenders to pick up a couple of yards. It'll be 3rd and 6 at the 46. Second quarter action. Watson and Abram both coming off opposite edges. Claps for the ball, gets it, fakes. There's the pump, hands it off. He got it to Hogan. Hogan has a first down, down to about the 40-yard line.
Good for Vianney. First down.
Dean with the pump fake, and when he came down with the pump, he handed it off to Hogan. Fooled everybody, including me, and Hogan ran up the field, down the sideline into CBC territory, and Vianney has it at the 40. First down and 10, Golden Griffins. 2 wide receiver split. Top of your screen. Dean takes a low snap, rolls right. He'll fire in the flat. It's caught. Pickup of 8. Tackle over there by number 11, Austin Tillman. Anthony Cullen with the catch. And so with 9:17 here left until halftime, Vianney is on the march. They have it at the CBC 31. Line to gain is the 30. 2nd and 1. Handoff, Hogan. Hogan picks his way over to the left side, but he's tripped up. He's tackled from behind. J.P. Metzler in on the stop, along with number 43, Landon Newman. So it'll be 3rd and 2, loss of 1 on that play. Good backside pressure there by Metzler. Grabbed around the ankles and yanked him down. Into the game now, Robert Etherton at tailback. Vianney's leading rusher. Hogan has taken most of the snaps here tonight. And now Etherton back into the game. 3rd and 2. Etherton a little bit bigger, more size. Let's see if they give it to him. They do, but it is sniffed out. The Cadet defense jumps in. Tristan Abram beat the block and was in the backfield. And before Etherton could take a step, Abram wraps him up for a loss of 3. It'll be 4th and 5. So Vianney will take a timeout to talk this over. 4th and 5 at the CBC 35. Tristan Abram is just a nuisance on defense for CBC each and every week. This year, Abram has recorded 20 solo tackles, 5 tackles for loss. That leads the team. 4 sacks, that leads the team. 4 assists on tackles for 24 total tackles this year for Tristan Abram. The 6'4" senior defensive lineman for the Cadets. Not many offensive tackles in the area can consistently block Tristan Abram, and he's proven that week in, week out. You'll see him on Saturdays next fall. The Vianney band now playing Physical by Olivia Newton-John. That's an interesting choice. 4th and 5 at the 35 for Vianney. Empty backfield, trips to the left. 2 wide receivers to Dean's right. Shotgun snap, he takes it and he fires. It's caught inside the 30 for a first down. Tough catch in traffic by number 10, Liam Peters, and Dean zinged it in there. He had a little mustard on that throw. First down, Vianney at the CBC 29. Trips to the right for Dean. Hogan on his left. CBC almost jumped off sides again. Dean doing a good job with the cadence and his clapping routine for the snap. Takes the snap, hands it to Hogan, picks his way over the left side, breaks a tackle inside the 25. Metzler in on the stop. Also at the bottom of that pile was Arthur Porter. 6-yard pickup for Hogan. 2nd and 4, 7:20 to go, second quarter. Cadets lead 35-0. Good hard run there by Hogan. Tight end tight, right side of the formation. That's Gain. Hogan on the left hip of Dean. 2 wide receivers, top of your screen. Dean looks right. Now he's going to rainbow near side. Looking for number 5, Maximus Jones. Incomplete. Good tight coverage there by CBC. And the corner, Vion Cothran. So it'll be 3rd and 4 at the CBC 24. Score is 35-0, but 2 pick sixes, 3 interceptions, a 1-play offensive touchdown drive. Vianney has owned time of possession in this game. That's a penalty flag. I'm thinking offsides Cadets. Let's see. Sam Dean has now induced 3 offside penalties on the Cadets tonight by mixing up his cadence and his clapping routine before he gets the snap. So that's a first down. It was 3rd and 4. So it's 1st and 10 now at the CBC 19, and this is Vianney's first trip into the Cadets red zone. Dean fires over the middle, knocked away, dangerous. Cortland Collins dove in front to knock it away. In coverage was number 17, Jameer Sims. They were looking for Sam Smith on the slant. $6:39 to go until halftime. Vianney trying to put some points on the board. 2 wide receivers on either side. Hogan on the hip of Dean. Dean, shotgun snap, 2-step drop, fires over the middle, and it's off the hands of number 5, Maximus Jones. In coverage, Cortland Collins. And Zaki Smith So 3rd and 10. Like I've said, I mean, I know the score is 35-0, and the CBC defense has come up with 2 pick sixes here. But Vianney has driven the ball into CBC territory 3 times. They just can't overcome mistakes. Here comes the blitz. It's a middle screen. Hogan's got a lot of room. Inside the 10, far side to the pylon. He's out of bounds inside the 5. They're going to mark it at the 3-yard line. 1st and goal, Vianney. What a great play call. CBC brought the pressure. Dean backed up, dumped it off over the middle, and Hogan had all kinds of room. You can afford to make some mistakes in a game, especially when the talent level is slightly different, but you cannot, it's really hard to overcome mistakes that turn into points. I mean, 2 pick sixes and then 1 long touchdown run. I mean, that's 3 plays, 2 on the defensive side.
Hogan, the ball carrier.
That turned into 21 points. That's a loss. They tried a jet sweep with Hogan, but number 31, Nick Musig, jumped into the backfield, and that's a significant loss. Ball was spotted at the 3. It's all the way back to the 8-yard line. So 2nd and goal at the 8. Timeout called by the CBC defense. They've been on the field a lot in this first quarter, first half. So a timeout called. CBC came in with a record of 5-1, 4-game winning streak. They knocked off Sacred Heart Griffin to start the season, 45-0. Then lost to one of the top teams, if not the top team in Class 7 in Arkansas, Bryant, Arkansas, 42-21 at home. The Cadets did play a very good second half in that game, but they were already behind far enough that they couldn't come back and knock off Bryant. They traveled to Chaminade, won 48-7, then to DeSmet, where they were trailing at half, and then just dominated DeSmet in the second half. 38-14 the win there. A 41-0 shutout win against St. Louis U-High on September 27th. And then last week, Lipscomb, Tennessee came to town, and CBC knocked them off 37-23. 2nd and goal at the 8-yard line for Vianney out of the timeout. Dean takes the snap. He's going to roll right, design rollout. Now he sets up. Now he can't find a receiver. He's going to be tackled as he tucked and ran. Jameer Sims will be credited with the tackle. No gain on the play. 3rd and goal. Good coverage in the end zone by the Cadet defensive backs.
3rd and goal from the 8.
So it'll be 3rd and goal from the 8. I imagine with the score 35-0, this will be 4th. This will be 4 down territory for Vianney. A field goal really doesn't do much good. 5:17 to go until halftime. Hogan on the right hip of Dean. Dean takes a snap. Here comes the blitz. Dean avoids pressure, rolls right, looks, corner of the end zone, and a penalty flag. It's caught short of the goal line, tackled at the 1, run out of bounds by number 1, A.J. Matthews, but a flag on the play. Let's see what the flag's for, and it's an illegal man downfield for Vianney. Sims came with the blitz on the far side, and Dean did a great job avoiding it, and then hit his receiver right at the pylon on the far side. He was tackled by Matthews just before reaching into the end zone, but it's all for naught because of the penalty. So we'll do it again. 3rd and goal, this time all the way back at the 13-yard line. Vianney going backwards. They started this set of downs at the CBC 3. They're now at the 13, 3rd and goal. Sam Smith in single coverage on the left side by Cothran. Fire down the middle of the field looking for gain. Incomplete. The tight end was double covered. And it'll be 4th and goal at the 13. Let's see what Vianney wants to do. Looks like they do want to kick it. Liam Peters will come on to attempt a field goal. This from about 30 yards, just inside the right hash. So Vianney trying to get points on the board here, down 35-0 with 4:59 to go until halftime. Peters, snapback ball is down. The field goal is up, and it is good. Liam Peters drives a field goal through, and Vianney's on the board. It's 35-3 with 4:54 to go in this first half. So Coach Blackwell elects to put some points on the board. I mean, that's a tall task, 4th and goal, but you're at the 13-yard line. You got to get 13 yards on this CBC defense, especially with that kind of talent on the back end of the CBC defense covering the receivers. They do a good job in small spaces. And so Vianney elects to kick the field goal, and Peters is a good one. He drives it through. Last week for CBC, Nick McClellan, who basically played 2 series, drove them 47 yards for a touchdown, threw a touchdown to Corey Sims. And then on his second series, he turned and handed it to Courtney Rivers, who went 64 yards for a touchdown. And then Nick McClellan was done. We haven't seen the CBC offense back on the field for a while. The last drive was led by Franklin McGinty, the sophomore, and he drove him down for a touchdown. Vic Williams with a 1-yard run. Vianney got the ball back, threw a pick 6, and then took this drive down the field for 3. So the Cadets offense has really only been on the field 3 times. A little pooch kickoff goes out of bounds. I mean, that kick, it was almost as if Vianney did that on purpose. Just kick it out of bounds. That was number 10, Liam Peters, unless they were trying for some sort of pooch kick and to try to catch CBC off guard. The Cadets might decline this. They will. They're going to decline it. We're going to kick it again. Coach Pingle says, well, I mean, you can do that, but we want you to put it in play. See if our special teams can get a return. So the ball now will be spotted back at the 35, 5-yard penalty. Back deep for the Cadets, it's Jaden Reed and A.J. Morris. They stand right at about their own 13-yard line. Morris on the left hash. Reed stands outside the right hash. So Peters will kick it again. And if he keeps kicking it out of bounds, CBC will keep declining the penalty. Or accepting the penalty, I should say. There's a short kick. And Morris fields it over at the 25-yard line. Up the field, across the 40. Run out of bounds by number 2. That's Nick Miller. They'll spot it at the 40. And it'll be first down, Cadets. So CBC's offense has been on the field 3 times in this game. A 47-yard touchdown drive. And then culminating in a McClellan to Sims touchdown. Then McClellan handed it to Courtney Rivers. He ran 64 yards for a touchdown. That was one play. Then McGinty came on the field, drove him down the field. McClellan back in. Corey Sims back in. There's a handoff to Morris. Avoids the first tackle. Gets across the 45 to the 47. Tackle there by number 2, Nick Miller, and number 22, Robert Thomas. Picks up 8, 2nd and 2 for CBC at the 48-yard line. McClellan takes the snap. He dumps it to Rivers near side, across midfield, 45-40, down to the 30. He got pushed, but he's going to take it for 6. Rivers on a simple out, just a dump off to the near side. He just swung out, caught the pass. Number 20, Jacob Smith, tried to push him out of bounds to no avail, and Rivers went untouched after that. Here's the push. Rivers avoids that and takes it all the way for 6. Another long touchdown for Courtney Rivers. That's 4 long touchdowns in the last 2 weeks for the CBC junior running back. Jaden Reed will hold. Gage Shantz for the extra point. Snap back, ball is down. Kick is up. It is good. CBC 42, Vianney 3, with 4:10 to go until halftime. Here's the play again. You can see Rivers just flares out. McClellan dumps it to him. Rivers makes the catch, and then he goes right up the sideline. He got touched once, and he took it all the way for a touchdown. A dominating performance here tonight so far by CBC. It's 42-3 with 4:10 to go until halftime. So the touchdown pass to Sims might be the shortest touchdown play of the night, and that was 25 yards out. Let's recap. Zakeith Smith, 67-yard interception return for a touchdown. Another interception return for a touchdown by A.J. Matthews was 35 yards or so out. A 64-yard run by Rivers. And a 52-yard pass from McClellan to Rivers. Griesemer kicks it into the end zone. Vianney will take it over. Actually, the shortest touchdown, I forgot Vic Williams' 1-yard run. So there you go. That was a drive led by Franklin McGinty, who came in to play quarterback. So it's been a very quiet night despite the numbers for Nick McClellan. He has a touchdown pass. He's got 2, actually. But he hasn't had to run, and he hasn't taken any hits. I mean, you'll take that all day long if you're Coach Pingle. Dean rolls right, fires into the flat. It's caught across the 25-yard line is Maximus Jones. In on the stop, number 11, Austin Tillman. And number 8, Zakeith Smith. 2nd and 4. 6-yard pickup. The freshman, Max Jones, has had a few catches tonight. Dean going deep down the left sideline. It's intercepted. Intercepted. Intended for number 10, Liam Peters. Going up to get it is Brandon Clark, but I think they're going to say he landed out of bounds. Ball is coming back. Oh, my goodness. Here's the replay. Let's see. Clark goes up, makes the catch, but his feet may have landed out of bounds before his body, the rest of his body hit the ground, and that's what they're going to say. So an incomplete pass, even though it was a spectacular catch by Brandon Clark. Good throw, though, in the area for Sam Dean. He was looking for Peters. Dean again fires in the flat. Caught. Reaching for yardage is number 8, Anthony Cullen. And he should have enough for the first down. Let's see if they give it to him. I think they are going to give it to him. 4-yard pickup. So first down, Vianney on the 30. Good reach at the end of that catch by Cullen as he was going down. Reached that ball to the line to gain. So 3:10 to go until halftime. Dean to Hogan out of the backfield. Misses the first tackle. He races down the far sideline and knocked out of bounds at the 48. Coming up to make the tackle was Jameer Sims, and Hogan shook him off. race down the right sideline. It'll be a first down for the Golden Griffins. They mark him out at the 46. So that's where Vianney will have it, 1st and 10, under 3 to play, first half. Trips to the left for Dean. Dean's got a good arsenal. Hands it to Hogan. Tristan Abram in the backfield to make the tackle. Stop me if you've heard that before. No gain on the play, 2nd and 10. Dean's got a good arsenal in terms of number of ways he's able to throw the football. He can stand in the pocket and deliver a pass. He's thrown a couple off his back foot where he's zinged one in for a catch, and then he's pretty good on the run as well, as long as he's not throwing across his body, which he did once, and that resulted in a pick 6. Dean now is going to get sacked. No, he breaks the tackle from Sims. He tucks it and runs across midfield. He dives down at the 45 of CBC, a yard short of the first down. Dean avoids another sack. It's an impressive young man, Sam Dean. Junior quarterback. So it'll be 3rd and 1 at the CBC 45 with 1:57 to go. First half. 2 running backs in the game. Dean looks to the sideline for the play. Play clock at 10. Dean hands it. This is Etherton up the middle. Hit by Abram, but not before he gets the first down. He fell forward for 2, and that was number 43, Landon Newman. That wasn't Abram on that side of the field. So Landon Newman made the tackle. But Hogan did a good job, body control, fell forward, and he fell for the first down. 1st and 10 Vianney at the CBC 44. This is the 4th drive for the Golden Griffins in CBC territory. They only have 3 points. Dean fakes, now middle screen, read beautifully by the Cadets. Hogan is hit right as the ball gets there. Arthur Porter with the big hit on Hogan, jarring the ball free. Dean faked it on the flare to the outside and then hoping to get the CBC defense running that way. But Porter was not fooled. 2nd and 10 at the 44. CBC's number 1 unit still out there on defense. Dean, low snap, gathers it in. Now he's got to roll. Abram pressures. Dean rolls right, fakes the throw, pumps, and he's going to get hit and finally gang tackled back at the 49. He is an elusive quarterback, Sam Dean. Very slippery. The Cadets needed 4 guys to get him to the turf on that play. So it'll be 3rd and 14, loss of 4. They mark it at the 48. 47 seconds and counting. First half. Dean, shotgun snap, looks right, fires left. Wide receiver screen, caught inside the 45, hit down there by Cortland Collins. Catch made by Liam Peters. Vianney takes a quick timeout. It'll be 4th and 10. Ball spotted at the CBC 44. Actually, they don't give them forward progress. They set the ball at the 45. That ball should be at the 44-yard line. There's a penalty flag, it looks like, on the field. And let's see what they call here. Unsportsmanlike conduct called against CBC after the play. So they're going to mark this off. So from the 44, this will get marked all the way down to the CBC 29-yard line. It'll be first down for Vianney with 34 seconds left here in this first half.
The yardage on the penalty is good for Vianney. First down.
Folks, again, I'll tell you, if you're just joining us and you look at the score, you say, wow, 42-3, a dominating performance all the way around by the Cadets. It's a tad misleading in that Vianney's driven the ball into CBC territory 4 times. They just haven't had anything to show for it. Dean looks down the sideline. He's got Hogan open, and he's knocked out of bounds at the 3-yard line by Zaquise Smith.
Flag on the play.
Hogan was lined up as a receiver. And he raced down the left sideline, and it looks like we're going to get a penalty on Vianney. Illegal shift.
Illegal motion on Vianney.
So they will mark that back. Boy, what a tough break for the Golden Griffins. But as I was saying, yes, the CBC has dominated in terms of they've made huge plays. 2 long touchdown offensive plays, 64 and 52 yards. And a good offensive drive that ended up with a McClellan to Sims touchdown. And the Cadets have 3 picks, 2 pick sixes. But Vianney's offense has been able to move the ball against this CBC defense. They've driven into Cadet territory 4 times now, once all the way down to the 3-yard line before stalling out and kicking a field goal. Here comes the pressure. Dean fumbles the football. It's on the turf. And looks like Vianney pounced on it. Number 62, Augustus Eiler, recovered the fumble. Quickly, Dean near side, caught inside the 25. Caught by number 10, Liam Peters, but that's just as the clock runs out in the first half. The CBC Cadets, 2 big defensive plays, pick sixes for CBC, 3 interceptions total, 2 long offensive touchdown plays, and the Cadets have just too many big plays for Vianney here in this first half, and they lead the Golden Griffins 42-3 at the break. You're watching CBC football on the Cadet Student Network. We are live in the Tim Kylo broadcast booth, and I remind you once again, call State Farm agent and CBC alum Tim Kylo for all of your insurance needs. Tim is more than just the best insurance guy in town. He's also the presenting sponsor of the Cadet Student Network. We're incredibly grateful for his support. Give Tim a call, 314-842-4442. You've got time. It's halftime. Or shoot him an email, tim@timkylo, KILO.com. My name's Randy Molman. You're watching CBC football here on the Cadet Student Network. We'll be back with the second half here shortly. We get set for the second half here at Vianney. It's CBC football. We're in the Tim Kylo broadcast booth here at Vianney High School. And the Cadets lead at halftime, 42-3 as we get ready to start the second half. On to kick off for Vianney, it'll be Liam Peters. If you're just joining us, Vianney has dominated time of possession. They've driven the ball 4 times into CBC territory. But the mistakes they've made have been impossible to overcome. 2 pick sixes and a 3rd interception, as well as allowing 3 CBC drives for touchdowns. One was a longer drive of 47 yards. The other one was a 1-play drive, 64-yard run by Courtney Rivers. Another one was a 2-play drive on a 52-yard touchdown pass to Courtney Rivers from Nick McClellan. Pooch kick. A.J. Morris fumbles it back at the 21, and he falls on it. It was a little pooch kick trying to catch CBC off guard, and it worked. Morris rushed up to make the catch, and the ball slipped through his fingers. He had to turn around and dive back on it at the 21. So the Cadets have had the ball, 4 times, 2 longer drives, and then 2 drives that totaled 3 plays for touchdowns. But Vianney's offense, quarterbacked by Sam Dean, has been effective. They've moved the ball on the Cadet defense. Nick McClellan starts the second half, and it's a handoff, and the tailback slips. A.J. Johnson at the 20-yard line falls down. They give him forward progress to the 21. So it'll be 2nd and 10 at the 21-yard line for CBC. Going left to right, wearing their all-white road uniforms. Facing Vianney in their all black with the gold numbering and trim. 2nd and 10 at the 21. McClellan takes the snap. Again, this is A.J. Morris, I believe, up the middle across the 26 to the 27. So it'll be 3rd and 5 here for CBC. Running clock here to start the third quarter. 42-3 game. CBC leads. Trips to the right for McClellan. He hasn't run the ball yet. Low snap. Now fires over the middle. Caught, first down. Across the 40. Good catch and run. Sat down in the zone on the left hash, Jaden Reed. And CBC is going to move the ball with tempo to the 42-yard line. First down and 10. I imagine McClellan is staying in the game in this score just to get him some work. He really hasn't had to do anything. He is hit in the backfield and thrown down. Number 52, Tyler Gamlin, hit him up top, and number 55, Max Walsh, had him wrapped up underneath. It was a bad snap, and McClellan missed the timing on the handoff to Johnson. That screwed the play up. Walsh got him on the bottom half, and then Tyler Gamlin with a big hit to finish him off. Gamlin leads the team, was tied for the lead in tackles for loss and sacks this year. And the senior captain with a big tackle there on McClellan. McClellan fires left side. It's caught. Wide receiver bubble screen, driving towards the marker. He's not going to get there. Tackled by number 14, Sam Fisher. Jaden Reed with a good catch and run. So it should be 4th and check it 3rd and 1 at the Vianney 49. So like I said, I imagine McClellan is still in the game because they just wanted to get him a little work here today. A.J. Morris busts it up the middle, inside the 30, tripped up, it'll fall right around the 20-yard line. 29-yard gain. Here's the play. Look at Morris. He busted through on the left side, and he broke to the next level and was tripped up. Touchdown saving tackle there. Looked like Cash Beckerman, but not 100% sure on that tackle. Here's McClellan. Pressure coming. Fires, caught, wide open. Cutting it up inside the 10 is Gage. Inside the 5. Keeps driving his legs to the 3. First and goal, Cadets. So this is a good long drive here for CBC. They haven't had any of those really here today. Most of the drives have been short, 1 or 2 play touchdown drives. A couple of longer drives, but one of them was quarterbacked by Franklin McGinty. There's the penalty flag. CBC center is having a hard time getting it to McClellan right at his belt line. Been a couple of errant snaps here on this drive. Gavin Hurlbut, the center. So a penalty false start on the Cadets. Moves it back to the 8. 1st and goal. Morris in the backfield, 2 wide receiver, split left side. Cole in the slot on the right side. This is Morris sweeping right side, cutting to the pylon, cuts it in, and he's going to be hit down just shy. He knocked the pylon over, but I'm not sure the ball crossed.
Morris, the ball carrier, flags on the
But
play.
another penalty flag. Let's see what they get CBC for on this one. Clock all the way running now, inside of 8 minutes. Hold on the CBC offense. So that'll push it back to the 18. It'll be 1st and goal at the 18 now for CBC. And again, I guess the idea of McClellan and Morris staying in the game. We have not seen Corey Sims here in the 3rd quarter. But Morris and McClellan still in the game. Looks like the offensive line is still back out there, trying to get him a little work. They haven't had much work down the seam, but he overthrew his man. McClellan looking for Vincent Sargent, and it was overthrown.
It'll be
2nd and goal at the 18. He had him down the right hash. Ball was just too tall. Sargent, the junior receiver. He's in the slot on the right side. Corday Gage split out wide right. Handoff Vic Williams. Williams sweeping left side. Cuts it upfield towards the pylon into the end zone for touchdown. Touchdown Vic Williams from 18 yards out. He took the sweep. A little jet sweep to the near side or to the far side. He turned the corner. And once he turned the corner, he turned the jets on and went in for 6, his 2nd rushing touchdown of the evening. Gage Shantz will come out to attempt the extra point now for CBC. Snapback, ball down. Kick is up. It is good. CBC leads 49-3 with 7:24 to go here in the 3rd. And finally, the Cadets with a 79-yard drive, easily their longest drive of the night, and consisted of the most plays run from scrimmage in a single drive here tonight. And the Cadets got their work in here at the beginning of the 3rd. I would imagine we'll see some backups on the next drive. Cadet fans, we're proud to have Chick-fil-A as the official chicken sandwich of the Cadet Student Network. Those delicious Chick-fil-A sandwiches are available in CBC's concession stand, so grab a sandwich next time you join us for a game. Download the Chick-fil-A app to get exclusive rewards or order ahead for curbside pickup. And be sure to visit our favorite Chick-fil-A location on Manchester Road just east of Ballas. Chick-fil-A is CSN's favorite pregame meal, and it should be your pregame meal too. Thank you, Chick-fil-A. Folks, if you're a fan of CSN, you've definitely heard us mention our friend, State Farm agent Tim Kylo. Time to give Tim a call. Let him help save you money on your insurance. We're talking life, boat, auto, anything. If it can be insured, Tim is your guy. Tim has helped several members of the CBC community save hundreds or even thousands of dollars per year by switching to State Farm. Tim's our guy. He can be your guy, too. Give him a call, 314. That kick goes out of bounds, so it'll be a penalty flag. We'll see if Vianney will make the Cadets kick it again. Tim's our guy. He can be your guy, too. Give him a call, 314-842-4442. Shoot him an email, tim@timkylo. That's K-I-L-O. tim@timkylo.com. Looks like Vianney's going to go ahead and accept the penalty, and they're going to take it at the 30, or decline They're going to accept the penalty and take it at the 35. I confused myself for a moment here. When I don't have Coach Maris alongside to correct me, I step on myself sometimes. My name's Randy Molman, bringing you all the action here tonight on the Cadet Student Network. There's a handoff to Hogan. Hogan is hit immediately. Abram there, Metzler there, as was Watson for CBC. No gain on the play. Sam Dean, who came in having thrown for over 1,600 yards and 17 touchdowns, and he, other than a few telegraphed throws for pick sixes, Sam Dean has shown he can play. He's got a great arm. He's mobile, very athletic. He's avoided quite a few sacks, and he has put a ball just like that. Colin Gain drops it, and he has put balls on the money here tonight. There were 2 drives in the first half that stalled out, and he threw 2 perfect balls just over the underneath coverage and just under the coverage over the top, over the corner, over the safety. 2 different times in that first half that would have resulted in first downs that were dropped. That ball right there was on the money to Colin Gain, and he dropped it. Dean in the pocket. He goes down. He's sacked. This time it's Arthur Porter, I believe, that got in and got the sack for CBC.
He's sacked on the play. Sacked by number 14, Arthur Porter.
Porter this year, that is his first registered sack. So 4th and 19, and Vianney will punt, lining up in punt formation. Robert Thomas, he's averaging 42 yards a punt this year. Jaden Reed, usually the deep man, but a different deep man here. This is a short punt, spirals far side, goes out of bounds. That is Jaden Reed, goes out of bounds at the 44. No, they'll mark it at the 47 of CBC, and that's where the Cadets will take over, leading 49-3. Third quarter action, 5:18 to go and counting. It's been a night of big plays on both sides of the ball for the Cadets. Courtney Rivers has 2 long touchdowns. He now has 4 touchdowns of 50 yards or more in the last 2 games. Weston Gannon now into the game at quarterback. He'll have A.J. Johnson in the backfield with him, and Cole Rivers also in the backfield for the Cadets. High snap. Gannon hands it to Rivers, and he picks his way for 2. Tackled in there by number 52. That is Tyler Gamlin, one of the defensive captains. Gamlin normally mans that left defensive end spot. He's been good all season for Vianney. Strong player, good pass rusher. Gannon hands it to Johnson, and this time Johnson's wrapped up in the backfield. Gamlin was in on the stop again on the backside of that, but hitting him first was Max Walsh. So a loss of 2, 3rd and 10. Some backups in the game along the offensive line for CBC. Jackson Militello in at right tackle. And if I can get you the numbers, folks, I'll do my best. Hurlbutt still in the game at center. Number 50, Tanner Faulkner in the game at right guard. Third and 10 for the Cadets. Gannon drops back to pass. Shotgun snap. Fires over the middle. Caught. There's a wrestling match for the ball between Jaden Reed and number 23 for Vianney, Landon Lineberry. That might have been number 25. I'm not sure. Tough to see the numbers from our vantage point. That might have been number 25, Jackson Griffey, who is wrestling Reed, but they give Reed the catch, 1st and 10. Gannon keeps on the RPO, and he breaks free down the left sideline. 15, 10, 5, run out of bounds inside the 5. Gannon faked it to A.J. Morris and then broke a tackle at the point of attack, ran to the second level, and then all of a sudden he was free down the left sideline and inside the 5. First down and goal for CBC at the 3. Gannon hands to Johnson. Powers into the end zone. Touchdown, Cadets.
Touchdown, CBC, 5-yard touchdown.
A.J. Johnson powers in for 6, and for Johnson, that is his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. Just over 2 minutes to go. On to attempt the extra point here in the 3rd quarter. Gage Shantz. Snap back, ball down. Kick is up. It is good. And the Cadets have opened up a 56-3 lead with 2:06 to go, 3rd quarter. We'll have a change of possession, so the clock stops. Kicking off for CBC is Javion Griesemer. So the Cadets put 2 drives together here in the 3rd quarter. Back deep, number 3, Kyle Hogan, and number 8, Anthony Cullen. Vianney will get the ball back, down 56-3, late in the 3rd. Here's the kick by Griesemer, and that will sail easily into the end zone for a touchback. Vianney will take it, 1st down and 10 at the 20. Going right to left here at Vianney High School. St. John Vianney. Beautiful facility. Nice field. Tucked right along Highway 44 in the Kirkwood area. A beautiful setting for Friday night football. And the weather is absolutely perfect. Got into the 80s today during the day, but it has cooled off nicely. A nice breeze out there. Really, really nice night for football. Hand off to Hogan. He may not have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. And a penalty flag after the play. Cortland Collins made the tackle, and I think CBC is going to get called here. And that was number 0, the ball carrier, Robert Etherton, not Hogan. Etherton in the game. We might have a post-play personal foul called on the Cadets. Unsportsmanlike. Actually called on Vianney. I missed that. I didn't see where that came from. Number 78, the senior captain offensive lineman, Adam Bay, comes off the field. And he is angry. Rips his helmet off, and he is pacing along the sideline. He's not happy. I wonder if he was the one called for the penalty. So 1st down and 15. Check it, 2nd and 15. Dean rolls right, fires right side, dropped. He rolled and he was trying to hit Cullen on a little wide receiver bubble screen over on the far side, and Cullen started running before he gathered it in. So it'll be 3rd down now. Ball spotted at the 10-yard line. The line to gain is the 30. So 3rd and 20 for Vianney. Trips to the left. Shotgun snap. Dean fakes, now fires down in the seam, and it's knocked away. Good defensive play by Brandon Clark. He was looking for Sam Smith. That ball was on the money, but Clark jumped in last minute to bat it away. And again, a good pinpoint throw by Dean. He just inches away from threading the needle, because if Clark comes up to defend that and doesn't hit the ball or bat the ball away, Sam Smith makes that catch, and he's streaking down the left sideline with nobody to catch him. So a good play by Clark. That's the end of the 3rd quarter. CBC leading 56-3 as we get ready to start the 4th. Vianney will most likely be lining up in punt formation on 4th and 20. Next week, CBC will travel to Peoria, Notre Dame. In Peoria, Illinois, that'll be another out-of-state opponent and a good road trip for the Cadets before finishing up at home on October 25th versus St. Mary's. The Dragons come to CBC. That'll be fun. For Vianney, they have a trip to Borgia next Friday night, 7 p.m. kickoff, before then traveling to Belleville West to finish the season on October 25th. Vianney looking to get a win, another win before the season ends. They started out 2-0, beating Webster Groves and Union before dropping 4 straight. And that St. Louis U High game last week, oof, that was tough. Went for 2 late, and the 2-point conversion failed to try to win the game. Had they kicked the extra point, it would have tied the game, but Vianney went for the win. You got to respect that. And they just couldn't convert. So SLU High ends up getting the win 21-20. Here's the punt from the end zone. And it's a good one. Sails out of bounds, close to the 40-yard line. Kicking it away from Jaden Reed. So the Cadets will take the field on offense to start the 4th quarter. They lead 56-3. See what Coach Pingle wants to do, run this game out. Ball actually went out of bounds at the 38-yard line. That's where it'll be spotted. The 38-yard line of Vianney. First down and 10. Number 84 checks in at tight end, Max Purcell. He's tight on the left side of the formation. Quarterback in the game is number 12. That's Franklin McGinty. He's already had 1 series in this game. Handed it to number 20, Cole Rivers, the sophomore tailback. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd and 10. He was stuffed right in the middle of that defense. So 2nd and 10, ball at the 38-yard line of Vianney. McGinty out of the shotgun. Rivers behind him, pistol formation. Tight end, tight right side, 2 wide receiver, split left. McGinty hands it to Rivers. He's got a big hole inside the 30, close to the 25, finally wrapped up there at the 25-yard line by number 12, Cash Beckerman. 1st and 10 CBC at the 25. Also in the game at wide receiver, Tino Hendricks. Number 16, Ness Webb is in the game. In at right guard, number 59, Julian Anderson. There's a handoff to Rivers. Sweep right side. He goes all the way to the sideline before cutting it upfield inside the 20, and a penalty flag late. Might be a late hit. It's either going to be a late hit out of bounds or a hold by the Cadets. I'm not sure. CBC offense did a good job stretching that out. And by the way, the Vianney defense did a good job stretching that out. It's going to be a penalty on Vianney.
Head-to-head contact penalty against Vianney.
More head-to-head contact. That's the second time Vianney has been penalized for that in this game. So after the penalty, that'll bring it all the way down inside the 10. 8:53 and counting. So just inside the 10, 1st and goal. Rivers in the backfield. McGinty, pistol formation. 2 wide receivers in the game. Up the middle, Rivers bounces off one tackler. He's finally hit at the 5 and stood up there. Number 50 in on the stop. That is Grant Monheiser, as well as number 12, Cash Beckerman. So a pickup of 4 as he got to the 6. 2nd and goal. CBC content to let the play clock run down. They look over for the play. Here's McGinty. Already led 1 touchdown drive back in the first half. Shotgun snap, hands it off. Rivers, good jump cut in the hole, and he walks in for the touchdown. Cole Rivers was going left in the middle of that defensive line. He saw the black and gold jerseys, and then he cut immediately to the right, found some space, and danced in for 6. 7:47 to go, and the Cadets another touchdown and an extra point away from being up 63-3. Shantz in for the extra point. He's made every extra point here tonight. Snapback ball down, kick is up, and it is good. He remains perfect, 63-3. Shantz last week missed an extra point, but he did have a 38-yard field goal against Lipscomb. So the Cadets played Sacred Heart Griffin from Illinois, Bryant from Arkansas, Lipscomb from Tennessee, and they'll go back into Illinois to play Peoria Notre Dame next week on the road. So the Cadets will kick to Vianney with 7:47 left. It's been a rough one tonight for the Golden Griffins. I have to say, I know it's a lopsided score. It was 42-3, but this Vianney offense drove the ball into CBC territory 4 times in that first half. Other than Bryant, Arkansas, I'm hard-pressed to think of another team this season in one half that has driven the ball offensively into CBC territory 4 times in the same half. That includes DeSmet. Big leg into the end zone for Griesemer. Touchback, 1st and 10, Vianney at the 20. They'll place it at the right hash, 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line for the Golden Griffins. Back into the game, quarterback Sam Dean. Vianney trying to put a touchdown drive together here before this one concludes. They've got 7:47 left to do it. Dean, shotgun snap, turns, hands it off to Hogan. Picks his way up the middle. He's going to get a couple. CBC closed it pretty quickly. Number 50 in on the stop for the Cadets. That is Tanner Faulkner, along with number 35, Clayton Smith. In the middle of that defensive line now is number 77. He's checked in, Gavin Smith. Hand off again to Hogan. Picks his way close to the 25, so a couple more yards.
Hogan, the ball carrier.
It'll be 3rd and 5.
Gain of 3 on the play. It'll be 3rd and 5.
So 3rd down and 5 for Dean and the Vianney offense. There's the snap, handoff, Etherton. He drives his legs towards the line to gain. He gets close. There was no room there. It was a big pileup of white jerseys, and he dragged the Cadet defense to the 29, close to the 30. They're going to mark it at the 30 and give Vianney a 1st down. He did not, by any stretch, get to the 30-yard line. 0 chance he got there. He was tackled at the 29, and they mark him at the 30 for a 1st down. CBC jumps offside. That's number 54, a little too anxious over there, Dorian Magruder. He jumps the snap count, so it'll be 1st and 5 now at the 35. I have never seen a spot, and I know it's just a yard, folks, but I have never seen them miss a spot that badly. It was, his helmet didn't even cross the 30-yard line. Middle screen to Hogan, he drops it. He was hit immediately, but he dropped it. Would have been a loss on the play, so maybe it was better that he dropped it. It'll be 2nd and 5. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that before. The runner's helmet did not cross the 30, didn't come close to touching the 30. He was at the 29, and then the official spotted it at the 30 and gave Vianney a 1st down. I guess it's 63-3. So really no room to complain, but it's just an odd observation. I've never seen that before. There's a quick slant over the right side and up the right hash. Good pitch and catch. Max Jones gets up across midfield to the CBC 49. 1st down, Golden Griffins. Clock running, under 5 minutes left. Number 36, Ethan Wright, is checked in for the Cadets at outside linebacker. He's bringing the pressure. Dean fires wide open far side and dropped. Another drop. Several drops here tonight. That was dropped by Liam Peters. Vianney is really cost themselves tonight. I don't know that they would have necessarily had a chance to hang with CBC and win, but you cannot throw pick sixes and you can't drop wide open passes like that. Dean fires down the seam and just behind Sam Smith, incomplete.
Sam Smith, incomplete.
But we'll get another year here at Vianney of Sam Dean, and he's not through putting up numbers for the Golden Griffins. He's an impressive talent. Smith goes in motion, 2 wide receivers to the right, trips to the left. Shotgun snap, empty backfield. Dean fires, caught, sat down was Max Jones, but he is hit immediately by number 50, Tanner Faulkner. Coming in to help finish it off was number 36, Ethan Wright. 4th down with tempo. They get to the line of scrimmage quickly. Dean drops back, fires. That is caught. Nope, dropped by Jones, and it'll be a turnover on downs. The pass was low. Jones went down to try to catch it. He couldn't hang on as he hit the turf. And so CBC will take over on downs. Under 3 minutes to go. Cadet football leading 63-3. Cadets will come out on offense. Weston Gannon back into the game at quarterback. He'll have Cole Rivers in the backfield, who's already rushed for a touchdown here tonight on the Cadets' last drive. And these were Cole Rivers' first carries. Oh, no. He had 6 carries for 14 yards coming in. That was his first touchdown. Clock runs to 2:03. Cadets are getting ready. Play clock at 22. The Cadets are just going to let that thing play down. Play clock under 20 now, and the Cadets are just standing around waiting for that play clock to get down under 10. Game clock already down to 1:45 to go. And Gannon's going to take a knee. With 1:33 left, he'll have to do that 1, maybe 2 more times. I'd have to do quick math to figure that out, and that's not my forte. But we are a kneel down or 2 away from a 63-3 victory for CBC. The Cadets will improve to 6-1. As they head to Peoria, Notre Dame next week, they remain undefeated and will win the MCC. Once again, the Cadets are conference champions, and they are 6-1 on the season after beating Chaminade 48-7, DeSmet 38-14, and St. Louis U High 41-0. They'll get out of here with a 63-3 win over Vianney and another conference title. For Vianney, they'll drop to 2-5. They've now lost 5 straight, and they'll try to salvage the season with a couple of games at Borgia and then at Belleville West and try to get a victory or 2 to close out their season. There's a lot of promise on that Vianney sideline, and that offense drove the ball into CBC territory against their ones 5 times in this game, 4 in the first half. And like I said, I don't know that there was many teams this season that in one half drove the ball into CBC territory 4 times. So a lot of mistakes, catastrophic mistakes by Vianney, but they don't need to hang their heads low here tonight because they moved the ball well. They've got a good athletic quarterback, and the defense is pretty active. A couple of really good receivers and a decent running game. Vianney, nothing to be ashamed of despite the final score. The CBC Cadets win it 63-3. My name's Randy Molman. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast as much as we enjoyed bringing it to you here on the Cadet Student Network. Until next time, so long, everybody.